Hi, this is Dr. Barbara Blackburn again, author of Rigor is Not a Four-Letter Word and a variety of other books, top 30 global guru in education, and an international speaker. And I have been answering this question for different subject areas. It's one that I get most often, which is, what does rigor actually look like in my classroom? Do I have to throw away everything I'm doing? What can I do? And so I want to share with you today one that I just shared with a teacher a couple of weeks ago. This was a middle school social studies teacher. They were using a curriculum that had been purchased by the district. And there was a basic question after they had done some low-level questions. There was a basic question: do you think Ramesses II would agree with your perspective on social class? Now, first of all, that's a yes-no question. It was implied that they were supposed to explain it, but you really would want to do more. So the first suggestion I made was they expand that. To your response must include specific examples and evidence from his life, which must then link to your real life perspective of social class with specific examples. The connection between the two must be clear. So you notice with that, I have upped the level of rigor by requiring clear evidence and going beyond the text to some real life perspective. But what the teacher and I talked about was, even with that, she wanted to see if she could push her students a little higher. So we suggested adding another question. And so I apologize for looking down. I'm going to read it to you because I want to get it right. But it's a really strong question that would allow her students to rise to a different level. So in addition to what they did, they would do this one. If you were a pharaoh and you were in charge of the United States, what would that mean? How would your leadership be different? Why? Use evidence from your learning. What would change in our society? How would we as a people need to adapt? Provide a clear connection between the evidence-based decisions you make and actions of a pharaoh. Be sure you're including specifics from today's world. So think about what that does in terms of really working at a high level. So that's just another example.